Hi, everybody. So, I did a reading on the end of the British Empire like last week because that is something that my ancestors and I had seen as part of the COVID repercussions. What's going to happen after COVID, what's going to happen during COVID as a new era is ushered into the world. So, I did a reading on that, but then the first half of it was terrible. It was awful. It was awful. Like the recording was awful, but the rest of it, like the actual, the first half, which is good, it was just me talking. And so the second half, where I was actually doing the reading, it was perfect. So I decided that I was just going to use it as is and just put a new intro into this. And the reason why we decided to do Jamaica versus England, the end of the British Empire. So a few weeks ago, when I was on break, the British royal family started its royal tours of their territories to celebrate the Queen of England's Jubilee. And, they were met with hostility, even though the other half of the citizens of the Caribbeans, they really tried to cover it up. The British were met with great hostility wherever they went. The royal couples, Prince William and his uncle, the other prince, right, who was always in Zimbabwe hiding somewhere, like Harry is always in Botswana, Anyway, they were met with great hostility, and they were met with protests in the Caribbean countries. And my ancestors and I just decided to pick one country, Jamaica against the British Empire. And we are looking at Jamaica as an example of all the other Caribbean islands, what they go through under the British throne and what they are asking for. And if the British Empire will die way faster than any of us ever believed. So enjoy the reading. The spirit that is Jamaica. Okay? I'm going to call the spirit that is Jamaica, and I'm going to call the United Kingdom. Alrighty? Because Jamaica is serious about its business, especially after Barbados said, good old Jamaica. Okay, Jamaica. Step into the plate. I'm calling the energy of Jamaica. Jamaica. Step into the plate. Jamaica. Step into the plate. Step into the plate, Jamaica. Step into the plate. Take your seat, Jamaica. Okay. Obviously, all I get is a flag. Alrighty? All I get is a flag. And the flag has walked in. Yes, when you name a flag, this is the flag of our country. It takes on the spiritual energy of that country. So all I get is the flag. Alrighty? Alrighty? Okay, so we got the flag of Jamaica. There's nothing much I can describe about a flag, right? But Jamaica is ready to talk. Jamaica is saying we are a young country. We've had enough of being stepped on. We want our reparations. We want a formal apology, not that waffling that they came to do. And then we want them to pack up their stuff and leave. We are done. Our children's future and their children is very dark because these people are sitting on top of us. We can't breathe. You constantly say the thing, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Well, we, Jamaica, can't breathe. Okay, and now I'm calling the United Kingdom. I've only got a few minutes. I'm calling the United Kingdom. And I know I'm going to get the Union Jack. United Kingdom. United Kingdom. United Kingdom. And the Union Jack rolls in. And guess what it does, people? It rolls over the Jamaican flag. Ain't that some truth? And the Union Jack is saying, we won these people and this country fair and square. We own them. If they try to leave, we shall destroy them as we have destroyed other countries that have done the same. Although you are destroying them, do they ever come back to you? No, but that is not the point. Lesson will be learned and the others will fear, which means we will hold on to our empire longer. It works. So, okay, what's going to happen between Jamaica and the United Kingdom? Okay, Jamaica and the United Kingdom. Nothing good, obviously. Nothing good. Okay, Jamaica and the United Kingdom. Show me your relationship. Jamaica and the United Kingdom. Show me your relationship. Jamaica and the United Kingdom. Show me your relationship. Okay. I am surprised and not surprised at the same time. So money fell out. Money fell out of the plate, and the money is the money Jamaica was paying to the United Kingdom. It fell out. And I'm not surprised, and yes, I'm surprised, but I gotta tell you something. Jamaica is actually richer than the United Kingdom. And with Jamaica becoming rebellious, United Kingdom has lost assets, quite a lot of assets, and Jamaica has only lost one. I'm looking at it. Traveling. So Jamaicans are going to find their travel very restricted. They've just lost traveling, whereas England has lost assets and people and money. So that's where you're at right now. So Jamaica may have vocalized that it no longer wants to be under the British Empire, but clearly it has been working towards it for some time. They have been stripping the United Kingdom of what belongs to them, manpower, raw materials, and of course, they have not been paying some dues to the British Empire. And so Jamaica is actually richer. This doesn't surprise me. If you've been to England, there's nothing there. All their wealth and all their money, it comes from black and brown people. They stole from black and brown people. Even the jewels that the Queen of England wears, they belong to black and brown people, and they still have the nerve to pull them out and show us and actually wear them. I mean, that is some... Okay, anyway, back to this. As you can see, I am not on England's side. I was thinking that I would be, but I am full disclosure. I am not on England's side. So anyway, this is what we have. We have a small island that has more assets, more raw materials, and more wealth. And young people. Young people. Let me say that again. Young people. Lots of young people, right? But it's not doing well economically, despite what it owns and what it has. It's not doing well economically. And one of the reasons it's not doing well is that it is pulling the United Kingdom along with it. Wow. This country called Jamaica is having to work in order to provide not only for its people, but also for the people of the United Kingdom. Wow. So it is in debt. It is totally indebted. Okay, it is totally indebted. England, on the other hand, has a huge budget deficit right there. It has a huge budget deficit and it is trying to pull itself out. And guess what it is doing? It is taking from Jamaica. It is taking the resources that Jamaica has created for its young. It is taking the resources because England has no money. It is double taking, not just once. Okay, people, not just once. It is double taking. It is double taking from the Jamaicans. So this is Jamaica's young population. They are really in your face, speaking vocally about it. They don't want their money and their hard work to go to the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom is fighting back. It is fighting back. United Kingdom is saying they will take away the prestige of Jamaica. So Jamaica will find that its tourism industry will be really affected. What England is doing, what the United Kingdom is doing, is undermining this country from the bottom. You know, it's like when you make like I don't know, one of those dishes where you layer, let's say you are layering food, right? And some cottage pie. Is it cottage pie? Yes. You know, when you're layering cottage pie and you put the ground beef at the bottom and you put the mashed potatoes at the top, and then, you know, somebody just comes and digs at the bottom and takes out the ground beef and leaves a hole in the ground beef, and the mashed potato is now waddling on top unsteadily. That's what England is doing, but it just hasn't started this time. It has always done it. This is what the shells are saying. It has always done it. It has always taken the ground beef from the bottom of the cottage pie. Always. So now, Jamaica is going to be insisting that it stop taking the ground beef. This is coming in about 7 to 8 months. Jamaica is going to be insisting, because this is Jamaica right here. It is looking straight at the digging of its ground beef, and Jamaica is going to insist that they take their fork out of the mashed potato. And in response to that, the United Kingdom is going to try to change the government of Jamaica. Yes, they're going to try to remove the people who are in power. They're going to try. They're going to try. Will they succeed? No. They will not, but they're going to try. They are going to do an insidious thing like they've always done when the countries that are underneath them are trying to get out. They will always go after the leadership. They will not succeed. Okay, they won't. But Jamaica is going to suffer some heavy economical losses, and also it's going to suffer heavy losses of its youth that England doesn't have. It's going to suffer that. They're going to suffer. There's going to be a lot of suffering. So as Jamaica is telling England, for instance, like, stop digging at our ground beef, England is going to be taking Jamaica down economically. Seriously. So the youth is going to suffer, and probably the youth will end up living in England itself, and they'll be living a poverty-stricken life because the money has been closed to them. Even if they go to England, the money has been closed to them. So they'll be living like a poverty-stricken lifestyle. Okay, so okay. Did Prince William know that Jamaica wanted to leave the British Empire when he visited? Did Prince William know that Jamaica wanted to leave the British Empire when he visited? Did Prince William know? Did he know? Did he know? Did he know? He did not know. He was taken by surprise. And it made him feel some type of way. And he literally said, I'll never go to Jamaica again. He did not know. But when he found out about it, he put on a good face. Him and his people put on a good face. But they did not know. The royal entourage was completely taken by surprise. Which is interesting because they have spies and people like that. Wouldn't they know that people were preparing sides to go out and say we don't want the British Empire? He did not know. And he is the extent of it all shocked him. And he's not, he felt caged in by the protests. He felt he couldn't make a move, because they're supposed to stay out of politics, and politics was right in their face, and he didn't know what to do, and he ain't that smart. He's not a very clever person, so he couldn't wing it even if he wanted to. He handled it badly. Okay, so were the Jamaicans pleased? Oh my gosh, 2 more minutes and then I am gone. Okay, because this video will stop. Okay, so were the Jamaicans pleased with their protest? Yes or no? Were the Jamaicans pleased with their protest? Yes or no? And then I'll just do a quick what's going to happen in the future. They were, nothing more to say here because I'm in a hurry. I'm going to get and the future and then we're done. And the future. Okay. So what's going to happen? Because of Jamaica's actions, what's going to happen to the British Empire? Because of Jamaica's actions, what's going to happen to the British Empire? Because of Jamaica's actions, what's going to happen to the British Empire in the future? Okay, there will be a parting of ways. There will be a parting goodbye, goodbye. And the British government may not show it for a while, but the loss of Jamaica and all the other islands is going to hit them hard. Real hard. Hard. Financially, physically, in every way. Basically, the British are running out of money. Okay, you know what is so funny? It's always when you read the comments in the newspapers and the British are making comments and they're saying, we're not going to give you money anymore. And I'm like, you take our money. You don't give us money. You take it. I'm like, you are thieves. And I get so worked up because they have no clue that they are psychopaths who actually live on the hard work of black and brown people. They have no clue. And I'm like, Okay, so anyway, clearly their government is really patching it up, not for it not to show. Right? But yeah, it makes me so angry. You got shit. You've got nothing. You have got nothing. You live off black and brown people. You don't give us money. You take it from us. But somehow they've been brainwashed to believe otherwise. However, all good things must come to an end, even if it takes 100 years. Even if it takes 100 years. And why is the crumbling of the British Empire important to black and brown people? It is the reason why there is that graph my teacher showed me. First the white man, then the white woman, then the black man, then the black woman. It is the reason for that graph. And when its tower falls, when it completely falls and is obliterated into darkness, black and brown people will come into their own. And that is the metaphysical truth. It needs to crumble to the ground so that other people can breathe. On that note, thank you so much. Thank you, Jamaica. I mean, I could go on and on about this. This was just a very quick and shallow reading, but thank you so much, Jamaica. And so begins the freedom of other people. It might take 100 years. It might take 200 years. I may not get to see it, but I am just thankful and lucky that I am seeing its beginning. I am just so lucky I'm seeing its beginning. Okay, on that note, before this thing dies on me, have a great week, people. I have learned that the world is very cruel. It's really full of a lot of cruel people. And I am finding myself having been moved from, when you run a race and you jog a race and you run, and you think, okay, there's the finish line, there's the finish line, there's the finish line. I'm almost there. 1 more year, 2 years, and I am there. And then the actions of the cruel people, the greedy people, the ones who can and the ones who do, they pick you up from where you have run and they throw you to the very beginning of the line and they say start again. I have found myself in the start again situation, and I know I'm not the only one. I know there are millions and millions and millions of us, and I am not. I hope that those of you who find yourselves at the beginning of your race again and you are looking ahead, I hope we have all learned some lessons, and I hope, including me, that we don't give up and that we continue, that we fight on, and we just keep pushing and keep pushing the way our ancestors had to, the way they had to. And I hope that when we finally get to the end of the line again, there's nothing but flowers waiting for us. Okay? So take care of you. Take care of your loved ones. Be kind to you. Be kind to you. Be gracious. Be loving to yourself. Understand yourself. And forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made. And, understand that you're only human. Till next time.